What is up, guys? Ant Davis here, getting ready to do my next review for Bleach. Sorry for the delay. It's been like forever since I've been able to do a chapter review, and I know I shouldn't have. I should have because I mean, like, it came out early, so like I should have been on it. But I've read it already. Like prior to seeing it, I've already read it. I just haven't made a review on it yet, and I'm just been like really slacking off my other videos and. It's just I need to be more active on my channel because I only been making like one video per week or whatever. I need to start making more, and I just need to you know get my stuff situated. I've just been so busy with everything. I haven't even had time to do it, and like I still want to make my videos and still entertain you guys. But anyway. Let's see. With this chapter, I think it was Bleach chapter 114 or 115. It might be either one. It might be 114. I'm gonna go back and check just to make sure because I like to be accurate with my chapter reviews and stuff. La 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 la. It's taking forever. Come on now. Don't be stupid now. Stupid computers being retarded. Ah. Here we go. Chapter 5. Let's see. Yeah, chapter 5:14. With this week's chapter, this was actually pretty good chapter. It was a little bit of action, but also a lot of dialogue too. For instance, as Juhabach was about to stab Ichigo, he activated Ichigo's blue vein, which is very interesting because a blue vein is a modern Quincy ability, and only the Vandenreichs and the newer Quincy's can use this ability, and because they perfected their spiritual pressure to be able to use their Ryatsu as a defense and offense, and also Juhabach is like surprised, and like he basically tells Ichigo that shoot, I should have sent an Iran card to attack you instead of Quincy, which is Kyurge, because the jail that Kyurge created doesn't seal Quincy's. Like he doesn't imprison Quincy, so basically Ichigo is actually have Quincy, and that Juhabach stated that there are things about you don't know about, especially about your mother. And he's like, whoa, you know my mama? You know my mama? What you know my mama? And he just has this like, his little like gaspy look where he just like, he wants to have answers. When people tell him stuff, he just wants answers. That's how he does shit. He's like, tell me what I need to know, or all that. I don't know, stuffy. Anyway, and then Juhabach, he clearly wants Ichigo to join up with him really badly because, like, even though he's a Shinigami, full-brain, hollow, well, Rancor, well, not a Rancor, but visor, all that stuff, he still wants to be like, what? And now, apparently, he's a Quincy now. He's like all these, basically all the entities combined, and it's like, what? I'm like, damn, I want to only be one, but he gets to be all like all of them. It's like, what the fuck? But anyway, Juhabach takes a little damage from Ichigo. Ichigo takes a little damage from Juha, and like his blue vein is showing on his arms and stuff like that. But Ichigo doesn't know he's controlling it, and Juhabach, he decides he wants to like retreat and leave because no, actually no, he doesn't decide to retreat and leave. He is stopped by this shadow that grabs his arm before he can try to attack again. And then the Hashvault basically explains that he's been out of the shadow territory too long, and thus he has to go back to the Vandenreich headquarters, or the Vandenreich dimension, I guess you could say. well, the big castle that they live, that they, you know, have their headquarters at. And, you know, Juhabach, you know, he's basically got that, you know, like, dude, what the fuck? Why didn't you just tell me that shit? Why didn't you warn me? Why didn't you say anything? And Hashball, he was pretty blunt. He was pretty honest. He was like, well, I mean, I couldn't stop you. I wouldn't be able to stop you no way. And that was a pretty good answer because, you know, Juhabach got the wrong answer. You know, psst, you know, you've been gone. You've been destroyed. And like Ludus Freegan and Asgiato, and, you know, but they are rank cars. I mean, and the only reason he really killed killed Lloyd's brother was because he served his duties, and he didn't feel he was useful to him anymore, so he just killed him and put him out of misery. I mean, yeah, it was pretty evil, but hey, I understand. I mean, but you know, Juhabach is pretty awesome. He's a pretty good villain. Is he on Eisen's level? I wouldn't say that, because apparently Eisen, this is where, but speaking of Eisen, this is very interesting. Apparently Eisen was basically like talking Juhabach longer than we thought he did, because apparently it messed with his time, so that like instead of he thinking that he has all this time to be out of Shadow Territory, it's time's up, and like he has to go back to the Shadow Territory before, you know, whatever happens to him, he's pulled back without even wanting to pull back, you know, in this dimension. And so he leaves and basically tells Ichigo that, you know, he wants to join in, you know, their stuff like that. And then in this chapter, people are like speculating that, you know, Juhabach may be Ichigo's dad, because he said, you know, my son born in darkness. And it's like, well, I mean, he's not, I can't really say that, because, I mean, Ishin and Masaki, they're already explained. We know that, you know, Ishin was a Shinigami. We know that with Masaki maybe a Quincy. I mean, all this stuff. And that's pretty basic. We don't need Juhabach coming in and, you know, saying that, oh, I'm your father because I did this and that. Pulling some damn Batman shit, Batman Beyond shit, you know, where like he put his like his blood and like his DNA inside of Ichigo when he was a baby, and all this stuff, and, you know, making him into like this, you know, crap full on like this hybrid of all the different, you know, subspecies of the Bleach universe and all that stuff. You know, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Batman Beyond, look at the final episode of Justice League called Epilogue. That basically explain what I mean when I say, like, you know, pulling some Batman Beyond shit. You know, just saying. And basically that was the end of the chapter. Thoughts. Well, this chapter was really good. The only thing I'm griping about was that that people are speculating too soon that Juhabach might be Ichigo's dad, which ain't really the case. I mean, Juhabach is a very old Quincy. He is maybe like 1,000-some years old. Maybe like Yamamoto sees his Shinigami squadron as his children, just as much as Juhabach sees the Quincy and the Vanarok as his children. That's how people who have lived over thousands of years, you know, they still see everybody as children. You know, that's their mindset. If you're older than 1,000 years old, if you're older than like 100 years old, you will see everybody as a child, no matter how old they are. They could be like 80, or they could be like, you know, maybe a couple years younger than you are, but you'll still see, but like maybe like 100-some years old, you know, age difference, but you'll still see them as children. You know, like that's just how it is. And what I'm expecting in the next chapter is that the aftermath is going to be dreadful. It's gonna be dreadful in a good way. That's what I mean. When I say dreadful, I mean there's gonna be like a lot of mourning. There's gonna be like a lot of sadness. For one, for Renji, he's gonna be like angry, but he's also gonna be like just pissed off, because he's gonna be angry. He's also gonna be sad too, because for one, he never got to be a chance to, you know, fight his rival and, you know, defeat him, and, you know, because that was his goal. Renji's goal was to surpass Byakuya. But now that Byakuya is dead, what is his purpose now? I mean, seriously, like the Van Ryck have taken his goal. you know, it's crazy. Ruki loses the only family that she ever knew that, you know, I mean, sure, like, Renji, Ichigo, they're like her family, but, like, Byakuya took her in after her sister, you know, died and, like, left her left her husband with, you know, her sister, her only sister. I mean, that's love right there. Like, you don't see that many people, you know, going by their deceased wife's decisions and, like, saying, like, oh, this is my sister, I want you to take care of her, I want you to be her adopted brother and all this stuff, you know. Which wouldn't really make her uncle, not her uncle or cousin. Well, I think it was, I don't know, I forgot how that whole marriage thing is anyway. And with Ukitake and Jushiro mourning the loss of Yamamoto, I mean, they can't really, like, mourn anything because his not only that it's also sad, but it's also sad for them. What's really fucked up is that there's no body to, like, you know, mourn over. I mean, he's completely been evaporated. He's gone. I mean, even maybe his Zabato may have like not got, you know, got obliterated maybe, but other than that, like, he's like just completely gone. Like, his whole body is it's been eradicated. It's erased. It's like he's just gone now, and there's no bringing him back whatsoever. So, like, there's gonna be a lot of mourning. There's gonna be a lot. Also, Soul Society is gonna be in chaos. And so when I say Soul Society, I meant Serite. I meant Serite and Soul Society. For the Serite, it's gonna be chaos because there's no leader to lead the Shinigami and 13 Court Guard squads. It's gonna be chaos. It's like, you know, who's gonna lead who, and, you know, people are gonna be like, what are we gonna do? Like, when you take out the head captain, the captain commander, you know, the you know, the rest of the army, they're not gonna be able to know what to do because their leader's gone. And when your leader's gone, you're just gonna be, there's like chickens with your heads cut off. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, yeah. And I know they're not gonna appoint anybody to be head captain anytime soon now. It's too soon for that. Nobody's near the level that they should be in order to surpass Yamamoto. Not yet, anyway. Maybe in 100 years, maybe. Because I remember that in the last episode of Bleach that was on Adult Swim, Kyotoku was fighting against Stark. Kyotoku stated that maybe in 100 years, Hitsugaya will surpass him indefinitely. Which would mean that, you know, if he does end up, like, maybe 100 years, maybe Hitsugaya could take the spot of head captain. Maybe. Not saying that it's a not saying that it's not gonna, it's gonna happen, but it's a possibility. And people are like, oh, you know, dude, like, Hitsugaya is not strong enough to be, you know, like, captain. He can't even kill his enemies or whatever. He only killed one guy, like, you know, that was in you know, filler or whatever. Like, he never really killed any, like he only killed like 2 people. One was in a filler, you know. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's because he's still, you know, young. He's still a prodigy. Just because, you know, he's not, you know, strong now, that means he won't be strong later on. I mean, think about it. Just because, I mean, like I said before, that's because his Bankai, like, you know, his Bankai could improve better. You know, like, with the whole deal with, like, the Bankais being stolen. Like, any Bankai can be stolen. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter if, like, the Bankai has evolved or not. It's just the fact that maybe, like, you know, it just depends. Like, any Bankai gets stronger or, like, evolve into something stronger than what it already is. And I don't think I don't think his potential is quite there yet. I think that maybe in 100 years he would get better. But, like, as of 17 months, I don't think all the characters will improve that much in over 17 months. Because, like, I think time is different in Serite. I'm not sure, like, maybe to them, like, 17 months is maybe, like, a year or 2 or something like that. Maybe. I'm not sure. And, that's my thoughts of the chapter. Leave comments below. Tell me what you guys think of the chapter. If you guys like it. Comment, rate, subscribe. I'll make sure the next time, like when I'm, making my videos and stuff, that they will come out on the day that the chapter comes out. Okay? And remember, gotta get past the bullshit to get to the good stuff. Catch you later.